What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tyler, and on this channel I make automotive content. If you haven't already subscribed and followed me on Instagram, go ahead and do so now. You won't be disappointed. My Instagram will be on the screen. Alright, so let's dive right into this. The title says it all. Why did I buy a Cayman instead of an R32 GTR? Because when I was looking at cars, I really wanted an R32 GTR. So this all goes back about a year ago, a little bit more than that, in March of 2020 at the start of the pandemic. I was driving my other car, which is a 2012 Genesis 2.0T that I've heavily modified, if you guys are unaware about that car. And I had gotten into some trouble, and at that point I had paid off the car for a while, and I was kind of over just getting in trouble with it, and I wanted to get another car that I could, one, build on this channel and not have to worry about being hassled every single day driving that car. I could keep it, drive it to shows, do some fun events with it, and that's what I'm doing. So I went on the search for a car. And I really, at this point, wanted to get an R32 GTR. I had talked to Brian from Top Rank a little bit about getting an R32 GTR, and come to find out there was a lot of things that I was just unaware about importing a right-hand drive car and getting one of these, and it's a little bit more extensive than just getting the car and driving it around. And I honestly, at that point, didn't want to get another car that was at all gonna be a hassle to own. So I kind of ditched the idea of the R32 as much as I wanted it. So then I was kind of a free agent, if you will, to just kind of get anything. I looked at getting Miatas, I had looked at getting a BRZ, FRS, 350Z, 240, all these types of things that I was like, man, it would be super fun to get and build on the channel and do something really unique. And I was kind of in the ballpark of like, I wanted to get something that would also be newer or less mileage, if you will. So it didn't have to quite be a new car, but just less mileage, because my Genesis had been getting up there. I wanted to get something that was lower miles that I could drive for a long time and not have to worry about. So with that being said, I was looking for cars in the $30,000 to like $35,000 range. And in that search, I started to come across the Cayman. Now, the idea of owning a Porsche was pretty awesome to me at the time, because for a very long time I have been a fanboy of Porsches. If you guys didn't know, I've had a poster of an RWB since I was 15, so that poster has been, I've had that thing for about 11 years, and I've always said, I even told my mom when I was younger that one day I would own one. So for me, it was a very cool idea to start, looking at. Now, I wasn't sold right away. I was still looking at other cars. However, the Cayman eventually started checking off all the boxes. And what I mean by that is, not only were they in my price range, but they were holding their value. I was finding cars anywhere from 20,000 miles to 60, 70,000 miles, even more than that, and they were still going for the same price, which to me, I thought I could get this car, enjoy it, modify it, drive it for a little bit, put some miles on it, and then sell it and still make my money back, if not more so, because some of the modified Caymans are actually going for more money. Then I really started looking for a Cayman. I went and drove maybe like 6 or 7 Caymans. I could never come across the right deal that was the perfect build for me. I wanted black leather, I wanted it in a manual, and I wanted it to be low miles. I didn't care if it was the base or the S version. and I was struggling actually to find a car that was manual, had the black interior, and had low miles, and then hit the right price. And then finally I came across this car, and it had 18,000 miles, the black leather like I wanted, and it was for a steal, right in my budget. I found this car for 28 grand in Texas. And immediately, as soon as I saw that the listing had been up for 2 days, I made the calls, talked to one of the salesmen, and I was like, I'm getting this car. I asked for all the Carfax, got the Carfax, and then got a PPI. I think that's what it's called, is a pre-purchase inspection, just to make sure that the car is good. And so it kind of just fell all into place. Me wanting to get another car, this car fitting right inside the budget, me kind of being a fanboy about Porsches, and this thing being the right deal at the right time. I then, without hesitation, bought the car and shipped it out from Texas to where I live. So now, not only am I buying this Cayman because it's going to hold its value, it's in my price range and I like it, but Caymans handle amazingly. They're known to be very good on the track, they're very fun to drive and comfortable. And not only that, I get to say I own a Porsche. I don't care if it's not the most expensive Porsche out there, it's still a Porsche. I also realized that there's not too many people out there modifying these cars, which is why I thought it would be a fun and unique build to do on the channel. Now I know people do bag them, wide body them. I've seen a few of the Rocket Bunny ones. There's actually quite a bit of them out there. However, there's not like a huge community for them, and not tons of people have done them all over the internet, like a 240, 350, Miata, things that are just dime a dozen. So for me, I've always been kind of in those niche markets. The Genesis, I know, wasn't as big when I first got it, first started modifying it. Now they're huge, everybody has a Genesis. So it's fun to start on a new platform. And I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I hope you guys enjoyed this camera angle because it's been a little sketchy for me to do. I know I probably rambled on a whole bunch because this was kind of new for me. I never really drive and talk like this, let alone do what I'm doing right now to get this. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys like this story, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of this video. Tell me what you guys think of the Cayman, if you guys are excited for the build. I have some parts for this car that I've stored up already and I've had for a long time. One of the biggest pieces that I need for this car are coming in very shortly. We're talking about within 2 days. So by the time you guys watch this video, we're probably already making some moves on it. Stay tuned for everything that I have with not only this car, but the Genesis. The Genesis has a ton of stuff. I know I say that all the time, but it really does. I just don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of space actually either to work on my cars. I always have to drive an hour plus away to go work on any of these things. So I'm working on a solution to start working on these more regularly. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm out of here. Hopefully this came out cool.